Okay, so more on the Cali wildfires. Okay, so people are going to be dealing with lasting effects, obviously. Back in March, State Farm announced that they would not be renewing coverage for some people. So in a non-renewal letter provided to the state, State Farm said that the 30,000 property insurance policyholders who are being dropped across California in areas deemed to present the most substantial wildfire or fire following earthquake hazards. This decision obviously couldn't have come at a worse time since these California fires are not letting up. Tyler Perry shared a post on his social media to call the insurance companies out. He said, watching a daughter use a garden hose to try and protect her 90-year-old parents' home because their insurance was canceled was gut-wrenching to me. Does anyone else find it appalling that insurance companies can take billions of dollars out of communities for years and then all of a sudden be allowed to cancel millions of policies for the very people that they became rich on? People who have paid premiums all of their lives are left with nothing because of pure greed. We have the audio of the woman that he actually talks about in that post, and it's heartbreaking.
So they're dealing with this. They're 90 years old through the state of California. They've lived in this house for 75 years, and they've had the same insurance. And these insurance people decided to cancel their fire. And we're going through this, and it just happened, and they have no fire insurance. Probably shouldn't do it, but you know what? Under the circumstances, send me to jail. That's fine. There's no words to even describe how heartbreaking. That's your entire life. You don't get that back. The memories are gone. This is the worst thing you could wish in someone's life aside from death.
Yeah, the insurance market crisis is going to be the biggest thing once the fires die out. That's what's going to hurt homeowners and taxpayers across Cali the most.
The sad thing about it is the government's going to bail out the insurance companies like they bailed out the automotive industry a couple of years ago. But it's the regular people like this lady that's probably going to lose her house or all the destruction that gets hurt the most. But he's right. You pay these insurance companies for 10 years, 12 years. You never make a claim. And now they're saying we're forecasting fires, so we're going to drop you? Yeah, people will be pissed the F off.
Tyler Perry did say he's in the process of trying to figure out how, what steps he can take to help as many people as he can, and he's keeping everybody in his prayers. Kim Kardashian called on Governor Newsom to raise the pay for incarcerated firefighters. She said the incarcerated firefighters have been paid $1 an hour to risk their lives, and this pay has been the same since 1984. It has never been raised with inflation. It's never been raised when fires got worse and many died. This year, there was an agreement to raise the incarcerated firefighter pay to $5 an hour, but it got shut down last minute. I'm urging the CA governor to do what no governor has done in 4 decades and raise the incarcerated firefighter to a pay rate to honors a human being risking their lives.
Right.
Khloe Kardashian did her sharing of trying to call people out and got dragged. The LA Fire Chief Kristen Crowley did an interview on Fox 11 LA about the lack of resources that they got.
Did the city of Los Angeles fail you and your department and our city?
It's my job to stand up as a chief and exactly say, justifiably, what the fire department needs to operate to meet the demands of the community.
Did they fail you?
Yes.
And I know you expressed concerns that those DWP hydrants would not be inspected thoroughly because of the budget cuts.
That is something to discuss, and we're going to look into that in regard to how we can ensure there's going to be water when we need it. I'm going to defer that to DWP. I can guarantee you that when our firefighters showed up on that day, they did absolutely everything they could do to rescue and to save people's lives.
What's that about now? That was the
LA Fire Chief.
The chief talking about the mayor.
Chief Crowley.
Yeah.
Talking about the mayor. So Khloe reposted that. Khloe Kardashian, she reposted that same interview on her Instagram story with the caption, "I stand by you, Chief Crowley. You spoke the truth and you had tears in your eyes because I can tell you didn't even want to say that, but it was the truth. Thank you for being honest. Chief Crowley, Mayor Bass, you are a joke." Social media users dragged Khloe for filth. For her post, because Chief Crowley referred to a water shortage. But back in 2022, Khloe's Calabasas home used roughly 101,000 gallons of water, which was over the allotted limit. The criticism of Mayor Bass' alleged budget cuts also isn't necessarily the reason for the lack of resources. According to CNN, in June, Mayor Bass approved a budget of nearly $13 billion, including a $17 million reduction in the LAPD's budget of more than $800 million for 2025. However, a website for the city of LA shared that in 2024, Mayor Bass was able to secure historic funding of more than $50 million to replace the old fire trucks and apparatus beyond service life, or whatever, to purchase new equipment.
Everybody always wants to compartmentalize these things instead of acknowledging it's not just one thing or one person that leads to these situations.
They want to point a finger, right?
Hey, I mean, you got climate change, you got wealth inequality, you got billionaires not paying their fair share of taxes, so people don't have the resources they need. Poor leadership from both parties over the years. Like, the whole system been out of whack, and we're reminded of that whenever it's, tragedies like this or a COVID or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But you got to point a little finger, right? You got to point a finger at
not to just one person.
Not at one
it's a
person.
multitude of things.
But if there's no water in the fire hydrants, right? Who was the one that was checking it to make sure that there was water in there? Because it's not the first time they had fires, the first time it's bad, but they had fires before. So, when the fire departments go into these fire hydrants and there is no water, whose fault is that? I know in New York, they check the fire hydrants every couple of months to make sure that it is pouring water. You know what I mean? So who checks these fire hydrants, especially in places where these fires happen?
I don't know whose fault it is. I just know it's not one person. Right. And it's not just one thing that leads to situations like this.
More celebrities have been coming out to help in whatever ways they can. Beyonce donated $2.5 million to the LA Fire Relief Fund. The Game is also donating his time, not just money. A lot of people looking at celebrities like, oh, all y'all doing is giving money. No, he was actually on the ground saving animals and helping people and, trying to put out the fire as well. And then the Marathon Burger, which was started by Nipsey's brother, Black Sam, they was donating free food to affected families and things like that. Cheryl Lee Ralph, she was out there giving out clothes and helping out. So it's also people doing what they can.
Salute to all of them. And when it comes to the pay of the incarcerated,
I was about to say the same thing.
Out there fighting the fires.
Yeah.
Can we do it on a case-by-case basis?
What you mean?
I need to know what you locked up for first. Because some of y'all did things that are so heinous that y'all should be out there fighting fires for free. Okay?
Right.
I need to know what everybody did individually before I start, fighting for y'all to get more money.
But if I do go fight a fire, right?
That's what you want to focus on?
Not the pay.
Yeah.
But can you let me out early? Let me out a lot.
Depends what you did.
Let me out. Like, if I'm going to go there and I'm going to fight the fires and I'm going to risk my life.
Once again, depends what you did.
Take off some time.
Depends.
Take off all the time.
Depends what you did.
I don't need the $1, the $2. Just let me out.
It depends what you did. And guess what? I'll let you out and now you can go be a real firefighter, depending on what you did. I need to know what you did.
Yeah, but if you did something that bad, you're not going to want them out there fighting fires.
That's my whole point.
You leave them in.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Oh.
No, but if you
what if they're not using those people? What if they leaving them, you know what I'm saying, like the pedophiles or whatever, all them people, the murderers and all that. What if they're not using them? What if they're using everybody else?
Oh, that's my point. That's why I need to know what the cases are. That's exactly what I mean. What is the case? I need to know what you're in there for.
Because if you're a murderer, right, and you out there fighting a fire and you got life, you gonna be like, all right, I'll be right back. Let me go get some more water.
What if you murdered somebody who did something to your family? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot to be looking into about
That's why
fires.
I said case by case basis. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all.
All right. Okay. Well, that is Jess with the mess. Thank you, Jess. Charlamagne, who you throwing that donkey to?
Man, 4 after the hour. The Bible says honor thy father, thy mother, but y'all don't read that part. We'll discuss.
All right. We'll get to that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake that ass up
early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.